Welcome back. Every Friday, we are here to hang out with you. And exactly like Terry just said on YouTube, man, we are here to help you survive, brother.
Very nice. Yeah. Today we're talking about surviving versus thriving. There's a lot of insurance agents that make decent money.
Yeah.
Surviving.
But decent should be like a word that you're not allowed to use unless it's describing someone's, like, you know, robe attire.
There are some people.
Yeah. Right? I mean.
You wear a robe a lot?
Nah, I need you more, probably.
There are some people, though, that's just how they're built.
Yeah.
I'm good with this.
Why would you ever want to be decent? Why would you ever want to be average? Why would, you know, because it's like, most people, the reason we're going to talk about surviving and thriving, a lot of people are, I know I'm jumping ahead, a lot of people are surviving simply because they never push. Ed Milet talks about maxing out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know very few people that ever max out their full potential.
Yeah, for sure. And like we said, you can make okay money. If your goal is to make okay money, just keep doing what you're doing. You'll sell a couple policies a month, and here in 20 years, you'll be able to get by.
No one ever actually, and I'm actually sharing this out right now, so please do the same if you're on
share,
Facebook.
Like, comment,
Why
let us know.
Would anyone's goal ever be to just get by?
Just get by.
Just make enough.
So if you're sitting there thinking,
and if you say you're happy at your current level, dude, you're lying. Like, I don't believe you.
Well,
I'm not going to let you say that either.
No, that's no good, because I want you to ask yourself: am I striving, or am I thriving? Am I surviving? Am I thriving? What am I doing? So we may be talking to you today. You may pick up one or two things you can change. You may pick up a whole slew of things that you can change.
Dude, I'm talking to me half the time.
Yeah, and
I'm still never not even close to my full potential. I still don't give enough. I got up at 5 a.m. today. I was in the office literally walking in about 5:55 this morning, no lie. I still can do more. I'll probably go home and I probably won't be here till 8 p.m.
And I like that you said that too. It's not always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing better.
This is true.
You know, so we're going to help you on that too.
Because a lot of people are just banging their head against the wall, reading the same script, saying, "Hey, you wanted to buy you wanted to buy life insurance, am I right?" You know, or in that instance, it's not working harder.
No, it's just
maybe it's a combination of both, but a lot of times agents are just doing things wrong, and working smarter will help you thrive rather than just try to survive.
This is a business. You don't get paid to be here. You know, we've ran into a lot of agents that they cannot figure out why they're not making $1 million because they're in the office 60 hours a week.
Yeah, dude, I've worked with so many broke-minded people over my career. I'm hoping by working with us and by work, that I'll be able to rub off on them a little bit.
So let's do this. That's a great segue, because the first thing that I thought of when I thought of the difference between striving, I'm going to say that several times.
Just keep it. It was the same. I like it.
The difference between thriving and surviving, I think, number one, is your thought process. Okay? So here's the deal. As you know, I've taken up biking recently.
You have.
You work out all the time. You didn't just
take up biking. You biked 100 miles in the last few weeks, man.
Here's the deal, though. I learned something from a guy actually here in the office that has been so helpful to me. If you tell your body, I'm going to go 5 miles, you will not go past 5 miles. Won't do it, because your body is set to go 5 miles. And when it hits that 5 mile mark, it's shutting off. It knows, okay, I'm here. And no matter how hard you want to go more, no matter how far you want to go, your body said, nope, you told me 5 miles, I'm done. At
least your mind is thinking that. Yeah.
Exactly. If you set your goals to get by, if you say, okay, I need $3,000 a month to pay my bills, I can live on $3,000 a month. Guess what you're going to make? Probably $29.95.
Dude, and if you're saying that, you're lying.
Yeah. Well, there are guys that's what they do, though. I remember when I sat down on my first job in insurance, they said, write out what are your money goals.
I understand, and one of the questions I thought you were going to say is, how long can you go without a paycheck? Or what do you need to make to be able to survive? Yeah. That's what a lot of captive shops, managers, recruiters will ask you. Dude, just if they ask you that, punch them in the face and walk out.
Well, and here's why. My goal is not to remain in the state that I'm in.
Completely.
I never sign up to sell insurance, say, okay, right now, you know, I'm working at a restaurant, waiting tables, making $2,000 a month. If I can do that, if I can stay here, then I'm okay.
No one
Why
ever
not just
gets
stay waiting
in
tables?
the best industry in the world. More millionaires in this industry than any other industry in the world. No one ever gets in this industry simply to get by. They get in this industry to create wealth. I mean, that's kind of, we've been working with someone with this conference, and they keep asking me questions like, dude, why are people going? What do agents need? What do they want?
Yeah.
Everyone wants wealth. They want more.
Right.
And wealth isn't always money.
Okay, let me throw this at you. Oh, that's perfect, what you just said. What about the people that will say those people will never be happy? Because they're always going to want more. They're always going to want more. I think there's a fine line. There, you can be content where you're at, but you also need the motivation to do better.
Is it okay to be content? I struggle with that one.
Yes,
I really
it is.
do.
Yes, here's the
I really
thing.
do.
I'm content. There's a difference, though. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference between contentment and wanting more. I will always be proud of my kids, no matter what. If my daughter brings home a B, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, listen, first thing I'm going to ask her is, did you do your best?
Right.
If she says, and my daughter's honest, she'll tell me, you know what, Dad, I could have studied harder for that. Okay, I'm glad you feel that way. Now, okay, I'm happy, I'm content, you got to be, but now what do we do to get better? It's not being unhappy.
No, it's not. Either way, you're probably going to be unhappy, you know.
Yeah.
I've got a better chance of being happy if I'm thriving, and because naturally I'm going to be more confident. I'm going to be performing better.
Right.
I'm going to be more happy with myself, more confidence. I believe I can make the next sale because I made the one before.
You know, people say that money does not buy happiness. However, two things.
Being homeless doesn't either.
Well, two things. Being broke will ensure you that you're not happy.
Yeah.
Because your wife's not happy, your kids aren't happy, you're not happy. And number two, I've never seen anybody unhappy on a jet ski. You know what I mean? There's always that idea.
Look at Hitch.
Yeah, exactly. There's always that idea that, well, if I get too greedy, it's not greed, it's simply wanting to do the best you can and not being satisfied where you're at.
Just want more. They want a better life for their family, their spouse, their kids than maybe they had. Is that wrong?
No.
No. I mean, shoot, it's wrong if they don't.
I am not a person that's driven by money.
Yeah.
I like money. I'd like to have more of it. But it's not why I do what I do.
Okay.
My family is why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Now, money drives a lot of that.
Oh, completely.
I want to be able, if my daughter comes to me one day and
if you
says,
don't bring in some money, dude, they're leaving you.
well, if my daughter one day comes in and says, Dad, I want to go to Harvard, I've got the grades to do it,
There you go.
then, you know what, I want to be able to say, yeah, let's do it. You know, give them a leg up. Okay, your 100%. Thought process is huge. Number two.
We talk about these 3 M's when it comes to 8% Nation and the Wealth Conference. The first one's mindset. That's right up that alley.
Mindset's huge. And then number two, though, is are you satisfied? And we kind of covered that already, but I want to show you something. Here's a test. I want you to ask yourself this. If you go out on Monday, you finally sit down with that client, and they say, you know what, we've been thinking about that life insurance that you wanted to sell us, and we want to do it, but not only that, we want to do it for me and my wife and my son and his wife and for their dog. So that just turned into a $25,000 commission sale. Where do you go from there? Because there's two types of people. The person that survives will say, holy crap, I don't have to work for 3 months. I'm good to go.
There's so many of those agents.
There are.
Is that you? Is that you?
Is that what you do?
Right there in the camera,
looking at us with the face? If that's you, you need to change your way of thinking, because the thriving agent will say, man, I just got me some money that I can invest in my business.
Yeah.
I just got me some money. That is a great kickstart to a Monday morning.
There's the mindset. There's the mission.
Yep.
He may get to the moves in a second.
Exactly. So.
And we're going to kick you out of the club. If you stop trying to thrive and you start just trying to survive, dude, I'm kicking you out of this 8% club, whether you like it or not.
And there's a reason for it. It's not that you're being mean.
No.
You're not going to be happy. Don't be around. You want to figure out, I'm stuttering. You want to figure out if you are a survivor or a thriver, look around you. Because if you're hanging out with all kinds of people that just survive, you're a survivor.
Yeah.
You're in those people. Ditch those people, get in an 8% Nation Club, and start looking around you saying, okay, what is Cody doing? How can I do this? What does Dave do? What do all these guys do that make them want to thrive instead of just survive?
How awesome has this first half been? We've got more to come. Literally, we've got more of this show. Believe it or not, all the jam-packed value that we've brought. I know this conference is going to bring wealth to you. And so what I want to do is I want to show you something that we've got cooking in the kitchen. We've talked about
opportunities.
We've talked about the mindset, the mission. We're going to get to the moves, but I want you to hear from someone that will change your life come October. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, Vince Spompanato with North Star Insurance Advisors, and I am coming to you live today to talk about the 8% Nation Insurance Conference that's going down on October the 26th and 27th in Nissan Stadium. We're going to have great speakers there like Grant Cardone, Tenor Xer, baby. We're going to have Ray Lewis, the Hall of Famer. We're going to have Tim Stories, the most unbelievable speaker I've ever seen. We're going to have Coach Burt there coaching you up on how to make sales. We're going to have so many unbelievable speakers there. And Cody Askins came to me and he said, Vince, you know, you are disrupting the final expense insurance game. And people need to know what's going on in the business today. People need to understand that there's another way to sell final expense, and that's through the internet and phone. Folks, if you want to learn how to sell at high volume, 100% online, paperless, and through the phone, making the whole United States your territory. If you want to learn how to sell final expense and generate marketing online, you don't want to miss the speech that I'm going to give. I am going to show you how we are disrupting and reshaping the way final expense insurance is sold today. Folks, you don't want to be left behind. Get your tickets to the 8% Nation Insurance Conference now. Get them now while they're cheap. I look forward to seeing you there and shaking your hands. Have a great day. 10X, baby, 10X.
Welcome back to 8% Club for part 2 of Making You a Survivor. We almost came back with Dallas singing the song Survivor.
I'm a survivor, or the Tiger Survivor. We can do either one. We can do it. We're a man of many talents. Here's the deal. We're trying to get you from point A to point B. Yeah. If you're content where you're at, you need to turn the camera off. You need to turn your Facebook, YouTube, whatever you're watching.
Yep.
You need to turn it off. Go back to SpongeBob and just be happy where you are. But if you're not, if you want more, here's the thing. I don't want to be working in 20 years.
No, because you're freaking old, man.
That's very true.
You'll be ancient.
Thank you. I don't want to be. So people say, well, you're greedy. No, I have. And your dad told me something a long time ago. He said, I love my family very much. And that's, I've known your dad for 20 years now.
Yeah.
That's very true. I know that for a fact because, and he told me, because I love my family, when I am here, I work my tail off.
Yep.
So that I can spend time with my family. But if I'm going to have to be away from them, I'm going to work my tail off. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's almost like his life motto because as a kid he always said, hey, Cody, don't ever let anyone outwork you.
Yeah.
Same theme.
So we've talked about the mindset, your thought process.
Yep.
Are you happy where you're at? You can change this. If you're not, look around. Is your wife happy? Are your kids happy? Do you want to put your kids in private school, but you just keep making up excuses because, maybe it's not for them? No, it's the money. You don't have the money because you don't work hard enough. The mindset, are you happy or do you want more? The mission, are you satisfied? In other words, when you write a big case, are you the one that's saying, okay, I'm done for the week? You know, Monday, I set up my list, I called 100 people. Yeah, nobody answered and I didn't talk to anybody, I didn't sell anything, but I'm okay.
Or are you on a mission?
That's right. Is this your mission? Number 3 is your moves. How do we get you there?
Yep.
How do we get you there?
Specific how-to moves. Once you have the mindset and you believe, you have the mindset, you're obsessed, then you've got the mission. And the mission is what propels you to great lengths, to get up at 5 a.m. when you don't want to, when your body and your head are telling you, hey, dude, go back to bed, you need a little more rest, especially when you're sick. And you're like smacking yourself in the face, shut up, I'm getting up. And then we get to the how-to moves.
How-to moves. I'm a big believer in, I heard this week from a good friend of mine, small things add up to big things.
Yeah.
Don't go out, for example, a runner does not go out, somebody's sitting on the couch, they say, I want to start running. They don't go out and start to run a marathon.
Yeah.
They go out and learn how to run a 5K.
Yes.
And then they go out and they learn how to run a half marathon.
Yep.
And then if they're still crazy, they go out and they try to run a full marathon.
Exactly.
How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right?
That's what I've heard. I've never ate one, but
I haven't either. I look like I have, but I have not. Here's the deal, though. Do small things. Don't set up tomorrow and say, you know what, I'm going to write, if you're writing $500 in premium this week, don't say, I'm going to write $10,000 next week. Because you're not
I love those smaller, short-term goals like that. I really do. I mean, we've like for instance, like we're like, hey, we got to get 100 new ads built for 8% Nation like this week, dude. That was like the craziest adathon of our life. I put more work on our marketing team this week than ever in history, but we got more done because we had a short window of. We didn't try to say, hey, let's sell 13,000 tickets this week. We said, hey, if we do this, it will directly impact next week.
Okay.
And the week after.
So I'm going to give you 3 things to do, 3 specific things to do that I want you to think about doing if you want to be more successful.
Yeah.
Number 1, get you a ticket for 8% rate Nation.
Yep.
Right now they're free. Think about this.
Yeah.
They are free. You have to pay the stadium processing fee, which is not going to be hardly anything.
I think that's old, but if you can find that form, dude, I'll let you do it.
Let's do it. Tell them you heard on this.
You can find it.
We can do
somewhere.
it.
I don't know.
Here's the deal.
I thought about raising the price soon.
If you really want to, if I wanted to change my business, I'm going to be at 8% Nation.
100%.
Go to the conference.
Because you want to become wealthy.
You say, I don't have the money. Bull crap. Go in your garage, find 5 things to sell, and make $200, and you could be at 8% Nation.
Pull a Gary V.
Yeah, go do something. Go sell your plasma, whatever. Just be there. You could be there for $200 pretty easy. You might have to stay in a Motel 6.
It's all comes down to how bad do you want it. We talk about the mission,
Exactly.
the mindset, the mission, and the moves to produce millions. If you want to create wealth forever and produce long-term recurring revenue that helps you and your family and your business, I mean, you're going to learn tangible nuggets from all these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be unbelievable. You will walk out of there so excited with specific goals that the next 12 months we will solve. Because everyone's got problems. I always ask people all the time, hey, what are 3 problems in your business? And what are they? And then hypothetically, if we could solve those, what would those be worth to you? Dude, there's going to be problems that you're going to write down that you're going to think about between now and then.
Yep.
And then I'm going to solve those from just my keynote speech. Imagine what you'll get from hearing everyone else.
Nice. So be there. Find a way to be there. You may have to sleep in your car, and I'm not kidding. Sleep in your car if you got to. That's all right. You can park next to our hotel. That's fine. We'll tell them you're with us. Number 2, find somebody that does what you want to do.
Yeah.
The reason I'm in this business is because your dad.
100%.
Your dad drove a new car, and I'm sitting there working in a factory, and I'm thinking, this is not what I want for the rest of my life. I'm getting old very quickly.
Yep.
I don't want this. So when I talked to your dad, I'm like, hey, remember the scene from Pursuit of Happiness? Where the guy pulls up, I think it's in a Ferrari, and he's like, what do you do and how do I do it? That's what I want you to do.
Yep.
It's going to take a little humility. You're going to have to go out and say, okay, how do I do what you do? And then number 3, I want you to start writing down your goals. We've said this 500 times on all these shows.
Yeah.
Here's the way I do it. I want to be very specific because I want you to do this. I am 4 things, okay? And this is not a religious show. I'm not trying to get into that.
Sure.
I'm a Christian.
Just be honest with them.
I'm a Christian. I'm a husband. I'm a father. and I am a businessman. Every day I write down those 4 areas, short term and long term. Like, for example, this morning as a father, I wrote down I want to hug my kids 3 times a day. Okay? That's it. It's not, I'm not setting huge goals. I'm not saying I want to send them to Harvard.
But they're short term, so they're super, super focused.
And then for long term, I want to help over the next month, I want to help my daughter get into student council. She really wants that. She wants to be on the student leadership team. So I want to work on that. Those are the 2 things that I wrote down this morning for my daughter.
Dude,
you know,
his daughter could be the principal. She's so smart. He needs to be thinking bigger.
Yeah.
How about this 8% club, man? How about getting your mind right?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you were great today. On the board, how about Dallas today,
Thank
man?
you. I've been putting a lot of thought on this.
I want you guys to meet Dallas at 8% Nation in the
Let's do
Wealth
it.
Conference. Go to 8%nation.com, grab your seat. We will be back again on Monday for Brain Power. We'll probably drop some more videos over the weekend because, dude, who drops more helpful insurance videos and content than we do? If content's king, then, dude, I'm going to become the king, right?
Yeah, exactly. Here's the deal. Do something. Just do something, even if it's wrong. I read a guy this week that said, he said, I ran 2 miles. He said it took me 40 minutes. And at first I thought, my gosh, that is horrible. But then he said something. He said, as I'm out there running, he said, I almost stopped at 1.5 miles. But he said, I'm lapping everyone that's sitting on their couch. And that's true.
like
do something.
100%.
Change your mind.
Dude, we can always do more. We can always strive and thrive and want to be better rather than just surviving. We do this show every single Friday at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. I want to go out giving you an inspirational message by what I believe to be the best motivational speaker of this era. I want you to listen to him. Then I want you to go to 8%nation.com and grab your ticket. And then I want you to message me later this weekend and say, dude, I can't wait to be there and hang out and meet you and create some wealth together. Thanks for watching. %, Club, baby. Welcome back. Every Friday, we are here to hang out with you. And exactly like Terry just said on YouTube, man, we are here to help you survive, brother.
Very nice. Yeah. Today we're talking about surviving versus thriving. There's a lot of insurance agents that make decent money
Yeah.
surviving.
But decent should be like a word that you're not allowed to use.